Join me for part 2 as Bruce Lee collectors Charles Damiano, Steve Walling, and Elias Bosch continue to discuss their Bruce Lee journey. Hear about their meeting with Bolo from Enter the Dragon, more on Elias Bosch's Bruce Lee collectibles, and great stories on Bruce Lee's brother, Robert Lee, and much more. Enjoy!
We're hanging with the Game of Death that Robert signed for you, right?
Yeah, and then he did this beautiful Game of Death one as well. Yeah. That he got Robert Lee to sign it to me, and it says to Charles from Robert Lee, because he's really.
So how many paintings do you have?
I think I have 4 that he did.
Oh, I gotta catch up. I have the one.
Yeah, right.
That's a beautiful one also.
Oh, I love it. That's one.
We'll show a picture of this one, guys, because that you don't see that pose that often where Bruce.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
That's why I wanted to paint it, because of the shadows.
Yeah.
And, the way it made his muscles pop in certain areas, I gotta paint that.
That's a beautiful, and that's the centerfold for the Bruce Lee Memorial.
Right, yeah.
That's the that's the centerfold of it.
That's one of my favorites.
I know, that was a great choice, Steve, of painting that one. Yeah, he did 4 of them for me over the years. I remember I sent him pictures. I wanted one with the finger gloves, and he did a really nice one from the waist up with the finger gloves. And then in behind the scenes one I have.
With Robert Klaus.
Robert Klaus and Bruce and Robert Klaus look, and the monks in the background and they're discussing the script, and it's really nice. Yeah, you got the camera in the bottom. Man, I love his paintings. Yeah.
That was like what, 25 years ago?
Yeah.
The way he inspired me was how he was always evolving. Like the Bruce Lee from '67 wouldn't be the same Bruce Lee from '70. You know what I mean? So I do that with my art. Like when I first started painting, because I'm self-taught, I never went to art school.
I know, it's amazing.
And so I think, okay, this is as good as I'm gonna get. But then I would say, no, maybe I can expand it a little more. And then I tried something different. I was like, oh shoot, that works. So that's how he inspired me, by always not being content, always trying to improve, change.
So you've tried different things, right?
Oh yeah.
And since we've introduced you on the channel like 3 years ago, I mean, you've done dozens of photos, paintings for people around the world. Contacted him.
I was gonna say, he's like one of 3 of the top
artists that focus on Bruce Lee.
But his is more of, this style.
Yeah.
And then you have like Shannon Ma.
which is more detailed.
Yeah.
Like, how would you compare what he does?
Their own style.
Everybody has
pencil etchings, right? Like,
That's
which is yours? What do you use?
Too.
Paint?
I use acrylic.
Acrylic
on canvas.
Yeah. So it's a different style, but they each have their own.
Yeah. But to me, I would say you're one of the top 3.
I think so too. Yeah.
Especially popular-wise.
Yeah. I like his paintings really pop. They're so vibrant, and the colors you choose are like really vibrant colors. And they do. And so they really, when people walk in and they see it, it really catches their eye.
Oh, thanks.
Especially your Enter the Dragon ones, man. I love the one you still have, that big one.
Oh yeah.
That one is nice.
Which was that?
I got signatures on it. Maybe you could show a picture.
Yeah, I'll show a picture of it. It's the second one he did on Enter the Dragon. Explain.
I had John Saxon sign it, and he's passed. And then Bob Wall, he's passed. Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
And then the last one I had was Bolo recently.
And you went?
But the first one I had was Robert. Robert
signed it.
Yeah.
And I remember you bought that big painting when Bolo did the.
Yeah, it's a 30 by 40.
No.
He went to where was Bolo? Here in California,
he was in,
right?
Azusa. Yeah.
Yeah, but now that I know you're like down the block.
Yeah.
You gotta let me know, because I don't get to hear. I hear about it after the fact.
Yeah.
So he brought that big painting. I remember I did an episode on it.
That's bigger than yours.
Yeah, it's bigger than mine, and he brought it to Bolo, and Bolo signed it right there.
That's awesome.
I'll show a clip of that video again, because that was amazing.
He did an episode on it.
Yeah, that he signed it like that for you.
price?
Yellow pin, or you want a certain thing?
Yeah, black. Yeah.
35 right off. This one right there? Second officier.
That's Jackie Chan. That's not Jackie Chan, but that's Jackie Chan, like brothers.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember him from the stuff I've seen.
There's two variants.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, so when are they going to do the pictures later?
They already did it.
Hello, everybody. We're live at Puente Hills Mall, California. All Bruce Lee fans, I'm here for the Bolo Yeung signing. Just signed my painting right here, and he also signed this lobby card. The interesting thing with the lobby card is the guy that he's choking, Bolo told me that he was like a brother to Jackie Chan. And great turnout here today. Everybody's just stoked to meet Bolo, and he's a real cool guy, and everything went great. And good day, everybody. He had a good turnout, but there was a lot of Bloodsport fans. I think a lot of them didn't even hear about Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, well, new generation.
Yeah, new generation.
Yeah.
But he had a good turnout.
Yeah, me and Hector saw Bolo in the Chilla convention, I should have brought my painting because I don't have Bolo's signature.
I told you to,
and he
too.
said, bring it, and it's so big. I didn't feel like carrying it with me through the convention because they're so crowded.
Yeah.
But now looking back, I wish I brought it because he's gonna do it again, and when he does, I'm gonna bring the painting and sign it. I was both honored and excited to meet my childhood hero, Bolo Yeung, and have the opportunity to get a few of my Enter the Dragon photos signed by Bolo. I always wanted Bolo's autograph, and now I finally have it. 2 photos signed by the legendary Bolo Yeung, and what a privilege it was to have finally met him. And besides the opportunity to have your photos signed by Bolo, you were able to take a few photos with the legend, as you can see here, and how great it was.
Because how much longer are these guys going to be around?
No, I know.
Although, actually, Bolo looks pretty darn
Doesn't
good,
he?
man.
But even so, they're like, I mean, Bolo probably is, but like, say, Robert, he's not into it anymore. Into like they go into
but I can only imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. You know, after a while.
After a while,
You know, and especially, you know, it's different when it's a guy. You know, I worked with him.
Yeah.
We did this movie. Robert, I mean, that's his brother. After a while, you just. You got to put it to rest.
Yeah.
You know,
and he did a lot of stuff. I don't know if I told you, we went to London together in 2001. We did a big, Steve Carriage put it together. And he took care of us. We were there for a week. And dang, I mean, it was incredible.
Would you work on out there? What was that for?
Robert was just doing a question and answer. We showed, that's when the rare footage, the game at the 93 minutes first came out. We showed, it was an 8-hour deal.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And I remember one time we went to, Robert needed shoes. So we went to some shoe store, and this little kid came up, and he was literally shaking. And he told Robert, "Can I have your autograph?" I'm like, "How's he know Robert?" You know?
Yeah.
And so Robert signed it to him, and I go, "Hey, so how does it make you feel when someone comes up to you like that?" And he goes, "It's all Bruce, man." It's Bruce.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get Robert to do, this podcast. I wanted to interview him, and I always ask Steve because he's so close to Robert, but he's not into it that much anymore.
Like I'm saying,
right?
he doesn't want to do.
He doesn't want to.
He's kind of over it, you know.
We were talking, I got to speak to him that one time. You were there.
Oh yeah.
And we emailed back and forth. But in the beginning, just the first couple of times I will mention some. Now it's just I don't
bring up Bruce anymore.
No,
right?
I just this vlog that we're doing. Because in the past he just said, "Oh yeah," he has seen a couple.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh yeah, if you have any more, send them to me." So I'll probably shoot this one.
Thank you.
I really try to stay away because, like I said, I understand if it's a family, and not to say he's not proud to talk about it, or whatever.
Right.
But after 50 years, you need a break.
It's hard keeping the passion. I mean, people always
like Led Zeppelin. How many times he must have got tired of singing "Stairway to Heaven" over and over and over.
It's old to them, but for us, it's a great memory.
Yeah, I still get excited talking about him and finding new things on him but Eagles, I can see how Robert.
The Eagles had a great documentary, and I guess the guy that sang "Take It to the Limit," he had to hit high notes, and he said, "I don't want to do it. Right? I'm tired of doing it night after night." And Glenn Frey told him, "Look, there might be someone who came here just to hear that. Hear you
exactly.
sing that song. They paid money to come, and you got to do it."
You know how many people comment and they say, you need to interview Robert Lee, because there's other people that would love to hear him talk about maybe the early days of him and Bruce and their relationship when they lived in Hong Kong before they came to the States, right? And what Robert remembers about Bruce and how Bruce was studying Wing Chun. And they ask to hear, they would love to hear that from Robert, because he has those first-hand stories.
One place, since you're staying out in LA right now, have you been to the Roscoe Mayer house?
No.
You got to pass by there before you leave.
Were we there?
You edited when we did the LA thing. We didn't go, but you actually put it in.
Oh, right. I had some footage of it. I didn't go though, but I put in the footage of it.
You got to pass. You're not far.
No, I know.
And the thing is, that's the only house
that he lived in.
Well, no, it's the only one he actually owned. He's lived in several.
What's the address there again? It's on
it's Roscoe
Mayer Street, right over there. Yeah.
And it's easy to find, and actually one of the photos there, that one of my trips, I took some leaves.
Yeah.
You see that?
I heard the lawn looks the same.
Everything looks the same.
And Ted Wong were throwing the medicine ball at each other.
In the back, the front is exactly the same. The backyard is exactly the same. But I'm not sure. Did they repaint the house to a different color? Is it still that?
I think they did.
Yeah, I think it was repainted.
Yeah, which is I hate that. But when I went, it was still exactly. I even drove up to the driveway, where the garage door is, just to see. Okay, I know he did the same thing. What did it feel like?
Yeah,
and then I put it in reverse. I go back.
Isn't it funny the things we do? It's crazy.
Knowing that maybe somebody could. Get out of here. But you need to go there, because that's one of the. But the reason I brought that up is because we were talking about Robert, and there was a story I read with Robert when he was staying in that house with Bruce.
Yeah.
And Bruce used to go running, so he would tell, "Hey, you want to go for a run?" And, and he talks about how he was ready to die.
I remember that
Bruce
story.
Bruce told him, "Well, if you're ready to die, then die."
Then die, yeah. Otherwise, keep up. Right? Keep pushing yourself.
And he was like, "Whoa."
Yeah,
so he told him, "Wait here, then I'll be back."
Yeah.
When they came back, he made him run.
He made him run back, right? Robert couldn't keep up.
No, he couldn't keep up. But he said,
I think my favorite story was when he first went to live with Bruce, and Bruce goes, "Hey, check these out." And they were the nunchucks. No one had ever seen them before, and they were hard. So he kind of tapped Robert's arm. He goes, "Yeah, it's hard." So Bruce started doing this, his nunchuck thing. He goes, "Okay, let's go have lunch." Robert goes, "I'm walking down the hall, and I hear ah!" And Bruce hit him in the head with the nunchucks, and he freaked out. He switched him for foam.
I heard that too. Yeah.
So he was a practical joker, right? Yeah. Well, it's funny.
Yeah.
So since we're on Robert Lee, maybe we can talk about. You just had a conversation with him, right? And he's moving. Why don't you give the update on what you heard about
he's
Robert
selling
Lee?
his condo, so he's moving, and he's making his Ballad of Bruce Lee records available.
Wow.
And
you said he found, how many cases did he find?
There's 3 boxes.
Wow.
And he wants me to help him try to sell them. So he's going to sign them. So if anybody's interested, and he's also got the 2 big volume, the 2 volume 1 and volume 2, the big heavy books. And he's also selling those. So if anybody's interested, you can reach out to Charles and me. Charles, you're going to do an episode, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try to talk to Robert on Monday. Steve's going to try to have a phone call with him, because Steve came up with the great idea of not only selling the album through the channel, but also having him sign them, which will make them really special. Because, I have the ballad, but I don't have one signed by Robert Lee.
I don't have the ballad. I had it.
Yeah. So that would be awesome. And he found...
I've already talked to 3 or 4 people who have it and never had it signed.
Never had it signed. So,
I thought he signed them all.
So to have Robert Lee's signature, this may be the last time we can get a signature on his original album that he sang for Bruce when Bruce passed in the early 70s, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he found them still sealed.
And if you don't want it signed, they're sealed, so he can leave it sealed. you know, maybe you already have one signed by him, and maybe you want one sealed.
Yep.
So that'll be a...
Yeah, so you're going to see an episode come out on that, guys. I'll do an episode and I'll give you information on how you can order these albums that will be signed by Robert Lee, so stay tuned for that.
And what were the name of the books that you mentioned that he had?
Yeah, he put out 2 from when he was in, was it when he went overseas with Phoebe?
Are you talking about the two
big
giant ones?
two giant ones.
Yes, but remember he did one before that those kind of played off of, what's it called?
That 50-part series?
Memories of the...
Memories?
Well, yeah, it's a book, but it's his whole family. David Tavin did that first, and then he did the 2...
Oh, is it the hard...
Yeah, right.
That comes with the certificate of authenticity. Right. That I have with his autograph and Phoebe's.
Yeah. Oh, so you have one of the books?
I have that one, but you talking about these big jumbo ones.
And the big books, they're more pictorials. Mm-hmm. But
they're huge.
But the first one,
like this big, and they're in big sleeves or box, and you take them out.
Kind of like what Carrick's doing.
I'll talk to you more about that after.
And he found 2?
And well, I mean, I think he has a box of those too.
Wow, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Get that signed, man.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you posted, guys.
So, well, I'm gonna talk to him Monday.
We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Because he's been sitting on those probably for years and years. You know?
And now that he's cleaning up,
when we went to London, we took
this.
about I think 2 or 3 trunks of them to London.
Yeah.
And he signed a bunch, and we did the London convention. Because after the show and stuff, he did an autograph signing.
Yeah.
And so he signed a ton of those.
Yeah.
So so he had a bunch, and he still got more because we brought some back.
Oh, that'd be amazing, man. I'm looking forward to possibly having a conversation with them this coming Monday. So let me know if you can set that up.
Sure.
And then we'll get the information out on how they can order the album signed by Robert Lee.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
This might be your only chances because he's moving. So.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now the funny thing about Robert, not about him per se, but if you see him interviewed or whatever, you know his voice, right?
Yeah.
But talking to him over the phone, to me, he sounds just like
Bruce. Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
You know, there's a story people might be interested in hearing. We went to his house one time, and Phoebe was in town.
His sister.
And Robert goes, hey, and that's when I think the Chinese version of The Way of the Dragon came out, the widescreen, but it was all in Chinese and stuff, the way it's supposed to be. And so we all watched it together. Me and Robert and Phoebe
Lee.
David, we all watched it. And I remember I looked over at Phoebe and she just had tears coming down her eyes. I go, Phoebe, are you okay? She goes, that's Bruce. That's how he was. Like Linda said, that's her favorite movie because that was kind of like what the real Bruce Lee was like, the jokester. And she goes, that's the Bruce I remember.
Yeah, that's why Linda Lee said she enjoyed that the most, right? It was the most like Bruce Lee, his character, right? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's a great story, man.
That was a great memory, you know?
Yeah.
Like, wow. And she
was over there crying when she saw him on Way of the Dragon.
She was really emotional because she was seeing her brother again, you know, the way he was.
Yeah.
Wow. So I noticed that.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Yeah. But real quick, remember the scene where he gets on the toilet?
Yeah.
You know, and like that, the guy opens the door and he's like looking at it like weird. She said that's how we used to have to do that.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
And first time I went to the Philippines to visit my in-laws, we had a layover in China, and I went to the stalls, and some of them, I mean, that's how you have to use it.
You sit up like that.
You have to sit up. Yeah.
Why do you have to do that?
I'm not sure.
Are they designed that way?
I think actually it's
Does they want to catch something? Or?
No, I think it's actually something pertaining to the way it's supposed to work.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, we do it wrong.
Position, I think it makes it work better.
Yeah, it's supposed to work better. So, I guess,
I think that's right.
Yeah, wow, that's funny. Man. So looking around your garage here, man, Elias, I noticed that you got a couple of new things here, because I've seen photos of your garage, but I was never in it before, in your Bruce Lee man cave that you put together. And you got the new infinity bust. Is that now become one of your favorites, or what?
Yeah, it's all big time.
The life-size, the life-size infinity, that's one of my favorites too. I think that's the best sculpture to date that ever came out on Bruce Lee. That they put together.
Yeah, it's so, I mean, even now, you know, you think you get used to it.
Yeah.
You know, because you've seen it so much. But there's times now I'll just stand there and I'm staring at it. I'm saying, wow, man, this thing is it's like so real.
So is that to scale? Is that
They say that.
They say,
to scale. Yeah. They say they did it to scale.
Have you ever seen his shoes? We went to Phoebe.
They're small,
she showed
right?
us just seven inches.
Seven,
Size
yeah.
7 around.
That used to be that was my shoe size when I was 18.
Yeah.
Now I'm a 9.
I mean, you think those devastating kicks and stuff would be from a big foot, you know? And I mean, we were like this big.
I know, yeah. But they did an amazing job on that, from the real hair to the eyebrows, the way they did his eyes, the 5 o'clock shadow, and then the silicone skin. So when you feel his fingers and arms, it's actually soft, like you're touching flesh. It's like, wow, it's the closest thing.
It's, and you take the Game of Death top off.
It's his body.
And it's his body. He's ripped.
They sculpted it.
Yeah,
Steve.
it's like.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
His abs are showing
everything.
You can bring the Game of Death.
You can actually display it without. The only thing is the arms. It has the, when you have to put it together.
Yeah, because the arms click onto his shoulder, right?
I think it's better like this.
Yeah, it's better like that, or even a white T-shirt, like in
right.
Return of
Put a tank top on, right?
Put a tank top, or without. I mean, it's crazy. It's so lifelike, and I'm still amazed by it.
Yeah.
And I've had it now since 2022.
Yeah.
I was in New York, remember?
Yeah.
When it arrived here.
I remember that. Yeah. We did an episode on it. I'll show a clip of that episode. You have a lot of the Blitzway statues as well.
I have a couple.
You focus on a lot of the really nice statues.
Yeah.
Blitzway. You have some Enterbay in here. Yeah, you put together some nice. You even have the life cast.
The life cast.
Did you do the hair? Because it doesn't come with the hair. Did you have that made that way?
I ordered it.
You ordered it that way with the hair and the eyebrows and the eyelashes? Wow. It's amazing, man. And then you have the classic poster up there. The 1940, 1973. One of my favorites. You like that poster, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
The Enter the Dragon one?
I was saying, man, I had that when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Everyone still asks for that poster.
Yeah.
That was pretty popular in New York.
Yeah.
Even my dad back in those days, he would hang out in the social clubs.
Yeah.
Go shoot pool. There would be a that poster.
Yeah.
Would be up.
Yeah.
That one and the white one there, the Return of the Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Bruce Lee.
Yep.
I would see those quite a bit.
Yeah, the black and white posters.
Popular.
Yeah.
And actually, this one right behind me, I believe the original was black and white, right?
They had a black and white version of it as well. Yeah. Stay tuned for the grand finale as Bruce Lee collectors Charles Damiano, Elias Bosch, and Steve Walling continue to discuss everything Bruce Lee. And then get ready for Elias Bosch's Bruce Lee Room Tour, featuring rare Bruce Lee vintage collectibles to current collectibles and much more coming soon.